So there are many reasons why you would lose your outlook, your hope for the project. And I've talked previously about that and before about why I got my refund. This video is different. Now, I'm not going to talk about the issues that make the Star Citizen experience difficult. I'm not going to focus on the community. I'm not going to focus on the developer. I just want to focus on the game as a whole. I'm running the old ship commercials in the background. I want you to kind of, as you're listening to me drone on, I want you to just kind of pay attention to them. Specifically, I want you to focus on the Aurora commercial, that piece of marketing promotion, because that game doesn't exist anymore. In that commercial, that promotion, all the ships, every ship has a role. It means something. It can do many things. The ship is a tool for you. It's an extension of you. That's gone. And what we've got now has just been downsized, and the boundaries are clearly defined. You can't go here. You can't do this. I just can't stop thinking about the wasted potential. Because that's the whole time anymore when I think Star Citizen. I'm not angry at the developer. I'm not angry at the community. I just look at it as just the wasted potential. Because that's all it is to me anymore. And I had a lot of hope for this project because, watching these commercials, man, you can go anywhere. You can do anything. The ship is just is an extension. It's a tool. It gets you from here to there. You can do many things with it. You can make it personal, make it yours. And it meant something. You would buy another ship, but you would need to keep that ship because that's all your memories are there. It's not like that anymore. Specifically, as you're watching the Aurora commercial, realize that the whole changing out the guns isn't a thing anymore. They've downsized the weapon hard points. It's gone. They keep adding, the big box store all. Can't do that unless you've got the Clipper because it costs more, so it can haul more. Yeah. Like I said, wasted potential. The power of choice is gone. And I think people just don't realize that. And if you want to do a specific activity, you got to buy a specific ship. Years of discussions I've had about, which ship, be modules you can install in ships. Like, the Avenger, you could go mining with the Avenger. You could mine in the Aurora or the 300 series of the Mustang. That's gone now. You want to mine small scale, you go get the ship, the mining ship, the Prospector. And that's it. That's what it does. It mines. That's it. All the open-ended, the vignetting, the branching paths, what you're going to do, gone. In essence, these commercials, they highlight what used to be, this open, vast, the potential, just, Wild West in space. That's gone. Firefly, Dark Matters, The Expanse, gone. Like I said, the boundaries are clearly defined now. If you want to do this one thing, you better go get this ship. And there's bigger ships that do it better that cost more, and that's it. Forget you can buy them now. Just think about the long term. Like, the problem you run into is there's no chance of being surprised anymore by the circumstances. That's it. It's gone. You're out one day in the vast openness of space, and boom, the radar ping. Oh, crap, it's an Avenger. Just popped up on your radar. Is it a threat? In 3 seconds if it's a threat or not. What it used to be was a whole process of, oh, crap, how good is the pilot? What could they possibly put on the hard points? What's the upgrades they fitted? That's gone. Easy. It pops up. Okay, does it cost less than the ship I'm in now? Yes. Okay, fine. No threat. That's it. The ship performance is no longer a hazy unknown. And that used to be half the fun. I mean, and again, I'm going back to the older backers here. If you played some of the very first iterations of the Arena Commander, you would know. That's gone now. The adrenaline rush is gone. Automatically just by identifying what price bracket the ship is in, if it's going to be a threat or not. All that's gone. It's non-existent. It's a faint shadow to older backers like me. And the game has shifted. Now it's basically every other spaceship game it's ever been. The only difference in this one is you can get out of your ship and you can go have a gunfight. You can EVA. That's it. The grind is going to be real and present and every day. Everybody's going to be flying the same handful of ships at the end of the day. Such wasted potential. And part of it's because the ships were pre-sold. Part of it is. And the thing is the backers that wanted more, that wanted the advantage because they paid more. Now that I've taken a step back from the project and I'm waiting on a refund, I can't blame them. I can't. And I can't really blame CIG because they discovered basically a gold mine and they picked it up and ran with it. I can't blame them. Does that change how they've moved as a developer, as a company from the years I pledged? Yes, it's a big change, but I can't blame them. And all the issues we've got now, and it's going to be something new every week, guys. If it's not every week, it's just about. And it's always the same issue. More and more people are getting screwed over. And it started off as small stuff, starter ships, who cares, right? And then a little bit pricier ships, ships cost $20 more. Who cares? Until finally, right now, we're sitting in 2018. We're about halfway through, and we've got the war bond issue over the Hercules looming. And new money is more important than old money and will get you perks. And honestly, all I can say, and this is probably going to be the one time that the only thing people hear and scream at me forever for, but I don't care, it needs to be said. If you're pissed about the war bond issue and it directly affects you, you're at fault for when they started nerfing the starter ships and applying the starter ship tag. When you had people like me and other, even people that bought more ships that were still just absolutely screaming from the hilltops, don't let them change the ships like this. But people liked it because, hey, I paid more, so my ship performs better now because the ships under me suck more. If you stood by and let that happen, and you're right now pissed about the war bonds, it's because of you. Because you never stood up, you never voiced anything. The community has driven this, honestly, the community has driven CIG to an end to where CIG has to price the ships for more money and has to add all this crazy stuff. And the community is always, everyone's always carrying water for SIG. Everyone's defending CIG and, no dissent, no discourse. You can't be mad at anybody in this project. You just get dogpiled. That's how we are. That's where we're at right now. This is why. So if someone had a complaint, like the guys who had the Cutlass that got out finally, and people, as that commercial comes up, and people had problems with the Cutlass, and you jumped in the dogpile and tell them to shut up, it'll be fixed. And that's one thing I've noticed about Star Citizen is there's always something coming up, and it's always people being basically screwed over or feeling like they've been screwed over. And you've got people who are unaffected that just dogpile them, or people that are unaffected but don't say anything. All the times that things didn't directly affect me, but affected the game as a whole, I always stood up. I always said my piece. I got dogpiled a lot. I got, one-line personal attacks, and it continues down to my YouTube channel. The videos I've made, and I'll be honest with you, if Star Citizen folds this year, I've failed in all of my videos because I wanted to get people talking about this, and nobody did. As more and more comments come out, some of these people feel like, they've put a lot of money into the game, and if anything bad is said about it, the whole thing could come crumbling down. It's taken a long time, but guys, why are you mad at me? Shouldn't you be mad at the guys holding the money? That's what I said before. And people make excuses of, and I could go on and on days, but it's just noise. They've changed what the project, they've changed what the product's going to be completely. And I can't agree with it anymore. That's the thing. You talk to guys that, some of them put in pretty good money, and you try to tell them about what's changed, and they still don't know about the issue about the beds don't matter in ships unless you're, and like I said, there's so much, and that's one thing too about the CIG is just not very upfront and is not very clear on the changes they make, and they're not very consistent. And so you've got multiple people within the company working on the project telling you many, many different things about specific things. And I feel like, to me, that's a huge issue because your development should be a lot further than it is. And when you've come to little stuff like the beds and ships, how many man hours got devoted to modeling the ships, coding the ships, making sure the ships work, and then the bed? The bed doesn't matter. That's a lot of wasted time and development and money. If they do matter, well, then now you've got ships like the Hornet where you can't log out. So now, like I said, it's to appease people that paid more money, and we're just stuck in this issue to where nothing's ever going to get done because CIG isn't very consistent in their changes. So anyway, that's it. That's my video, and why it's a very somber video because this is me making it official that the project is dead to me because it's not what it was when I backed it. It's not what I wanted. And I kind of always held on that the dream would come back and they would go back to what they promised, and they're not going to. We're going to keep running forward. We're going to keep running forward 1 yard at a time until they get to the end zone, and I'm not even in the same freaking stadium anymore. So anyway, y'all have a good one. It's Monday. I'll catch you around.